Namaste and welcome. I'm Karin Lilleberg, Ayurvedic practitioner, yoga teacher and mentor based in London. My mission is to support you, to inspire you and to educate you to become your own healer, to take self-responsibility for your own health. And I'll do that by sharing tips about Ayurveda, yoga, meditation and self-help. In today's video, I'll talk you about doshas. What is dosha and why is it important? So if you have heard anything about Ayurveda, you probably heard about the word dosha. So what is it? So dosha is a mind-body type and it shows the tendencies of who we are. We can look at it as our original constitution. It's the constitution that we were born with and it will never change in our life. And it really just shows us our tendencies. What are our weaknesses? What are our strengths? What are our characteristics? And what are we kind of drawn towards? It's a really good blueprint to understand who we are and how we function in the world. So let's talk a little bit more about these doshas. So Ayurveda looks at everything in the universe, in the nature, through 5 elements, and these are air, space, fire, earth and water. And now each dosha has a combination of these elements, and there are usually 2 elements in each of these. So Vata consists of air and ether, or also considered as space. Pitta is fire and a little bit water, and Kapha is earth and water. So when we already kind of see these elements and we know what they are like, we understand what this person can be like. So Vata person, the main elements are air and space, ether. So that means that there is a lot of like movement in them. They're quite spacey, they're dry, they are irregular, erratic, constantly on the go, very curious. The mind is going in very quickly. And that is really good indication of the person who is a Vata person. Now Pitta, so qualities is fire and water. So Pitta person is very fiery, is the go-getter, the doer, is very intense and like a kind of it's always hot. Their metabolism is super fast, the digestion is super strong because that fire is really strongly burning within them. And now Kapha person, the elements earth and water. Kapha is an earthy person, is a really strong body build. They have this strong constitution and emotionally we can look at them this like really lovable, compassionate person. And in our body they really lubricate our joints, and our body through that water in it, and really kind of builds the body tissues, gives us strong structure and bones to our body. So these are the 3 types, and as I mentioned, they show our tendencies, who we are, how we function in the world, and then also we understand that, when we kind of have an idea of who we are and how we function in the world, and when we can see when things are going out of balance, then we can apply the Ayurvedic golden rule, that is that like increases like and the opposite brings balance. So now when we can feel in ourselves, or we feel in nature, that Vata is going out of balance, is in excess. So Vata season is the autumn, when there is too much wind and cold in the outside, in the air, in our climate, or when inside of us there is a lot of, we feel very cold, we feel our body is dry, we feel constipated, gassy. So we start to apply the opposite rules, which is then heavy, moist, sweet, oily, to bring it more, to calm the Vata down. If there is a lot of cold and air outside, wind outside, we cover our ears, we cover our head, we wrap up warmly so that we don't increase the Vata even more. Or now Pittas, if there is a hot summer day, Pitta is the summer season, we want to maybe tip into the pool, cool us down. if we eat too fiery foods, too spicy hot food, a lot of caffeine, chocolate, a lot of salt, we want to calm that down by reducing these things in our diet and in our environment. And now Kapha is that earthy, when there is a lot of heaviness and sluggishness and like kind of we can't be bothered to do anything, we want to do the opposite. We want to stimulate that. Then we have that a little bit more invigorating workout. We add some spice and ginger into our foods to increase some movement, to kind of warm up and spice up that a little bit more slower Kapha person. So it's very useful to understand our nature, which is the dosha. If you don't know yours yet, I'll link the quiz below. You can take a quiz and see for yourself what is your dosha, and then you have a more understanding. So it's kind of nice overview of what is your blueprint here in this world. And when you start to notice some of these qualities going out of balance into excess in your body or in your mind, you can apply the opposite to bring more balance. So Ayurveda is so simple. Everything just makes sense. We don't have to overcomplicate. We look into the nature. We look at how these qualities are showing up within us and outside of us, and we bring balance, and then we have a good health, we have a lot of vitality, and we can live a long and happy life. If you have any questions, reach out. I'm happy to help. I link all the resources below. Make sure you subscribe so that you're up to date when the next video will drop in. But then till the next time, namaste.